I had on ice, but then I watched the ice get thin. Now that she sink or swim, she had an attitude in the summer, but she being nice again. Double my price again. Top of the charts.
Alright, what's up guys? We're back again. Heaven versus Haven.
It's the same day, so don't be laughing at us while we got the same.
Well, they're gonna know they're gonna both get the uploads tonight. It is story time. You know what it is. It is story time Sunday. And Chris thought it'd be a good idea to talk about my pregnancy.
Now, she says she doesn't remember most of it. I do remember most of it because, you know, it was the worst knowledge of my life.
Can I do it? Can I start?
Okay, you can start.
Anyway.
It wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad at all. Stop. Okay, so I believe this was like in March, like the end of March. I was always feeling nauseous. For like 2 weeks I was feeling nauseous.
Of course you can tell me this.
And I would never throw up or anything. Like I was just feeling sick all the time. So I didn't pay no mind, and I missed my, monthly. And I was like, okay, well, let me just go take a pregnancy test. So I got my sister-in-law. No, I went to the market. I got 2 pregnancy tests. They normally say wait till in the morning to take it, but I took it as soon as I got home, and it showed up positive. I sat in the bathroom and I was just laughing to myself because my doctor told me it would take me 6 months before I could get pregnant. This was 3 months after the fact.
You know what that means?
And
sperm count strong.
Get out. Anyway, so I pulled my sister-in-law in the room. I'm talking to her. I'm like, it says I'm pregnant. But should I wait to tell Chris? Should I tell him? What should I do? She was like, well, just go in there and take the other one. So I took the other one right afterwards. That one said positive as well. He's at work. At this time, he was working at GameStop. I drove to his job. And now, mind you, I took 2 pregnancy tests.
2. Now, I don't know nothing about this. I
go to his job. I asked his manager, I'm like, because he was in the back. I was like, can you, tell Chris to come on here?
Hiding away from work. I was working at GameStop at the time. I wasn't working with special needs. I was working at GameStop.
I just said that.
You said that?
Yes.
Damn. You see how good my listening skills are?
Sir.
I'm a fellas.
That's why he lost that first challenge.
Listen to your ladies.
But yeah, so he comes out. I told him, like, don't get excited. I took a pregnancy test and it came up positive.
Now,
okay.
Remember, I said I don't know nothing about this, so she tells me. Most of my friends know I've always wanted kids, like from since high school I've wanted kids. I've always wanted kids. That's just what I wanted. Now most people think, oh, you 21. I think I was 21 at the time. 22 at the time. You're 22. You hadn't even got to live life, But I'm like,
no, you weren't 22 yet.
I wasn't. I was 21. I was still 21. All right. You haven't gotten to live life, yada yada yada. Pretty much telling me, you shouldn't want kids at this time. I've never cared what people had to think. I know what I wanted. I always wanted a family, wanted kids, wanted a house, a good paying job. That's all I've ever wanted. So when she told me she was pregnant, that was literally the happiest moment ever. Like, she came in and was like, don't get excited, but I took a pregnancy test and I might be pregnant. And immediately, I'm still on the clock, customers inside and everything.
You pick me up.
I pick her up and I spin her around. Yeah, your boy, strong like that. So I pick her up, I spin her around, I'm excited. I'm like the happiest person. Like nobody can tell me, hey, get back to work. No, fuck you. I'm happy. So that was my part. That's how I felt.
No, wait. I'm sorry. Correction. I took 1 pregnancy test. That's when I told him, don't get excited. Then when we came home after I picked him up from work, I took it again.
And
he picked me up again in the house and spin me around.
I could not wait. When she was taking that test, it felt like 20
And
years.
when I tell you he called everybody, he called everybody.
So now let's skip ahead to finding out the results of the child. Now,
And her sex?
yes.
You weren't there.
Shh, that's not the point. So, during this time, me and Kim pretty much had a bet. I wanted a boy. Now, y'all kind of know the end results. I wanted a boy. She wanted a girl.
No, I didn't. Don't get me wrong, I love my child. There's nothing against her, but I did want a boy. Because I thought it'd be easier, so I had
Well,
to go
she wanted a girl because I wanted a boy. Is that better? Does that fix it?
Okay.
Okay.
We'll agree to disagree.
Well, whatever. So, she knew I wanted a boy. She went. I couldn't go with her to disappointment. I had just started at a better job. Now, this is when I started working with the special needs. I had moved over from GameStop to work with the special needs. She had to start going to her appointments by herself, which sucked because I always wanted to be there. I always wanted to get pictures of my child.
Oh, you couldn't take pictures, so it didn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
You can't take pictures in there or record.
You know what I mean? That little black picture thing they sent out with you.
Oh.
So I always wanted, to go and see that and stuff like that. So I'm at work. She calls me. Do you call me or you text me?
No, I called you.
You called me. She calls me and she's like, yeah, it's a girl. So I'm like, she playing. She joking. I'm like, whatever. You don't know what the sex is. She's like, Chris, it's a girl. I'm like, whatever. I don't want to hear it. You lying.
No,
So,
I gotta tell the part when I called you.
okay. Oh, well, hold on. We'll get to that. So I'm like, I don't believe you. So I guess she gets the doctor to print out the picture to say it's a girl. And I was like, dang, I lost the bet. But I was happy at the same time because many people don't know I've always wanted a daughter. That's just something I've always wanted. Just like I always wanted kids, always wanted a daughter. I
Just
got
so
my
you can
daughter
spoil
first.
her like he do.
I did. Like, she ate my whole bag of popcorn just now. And
I tell
I'm not
her
even
no.
mad.
She go to daddy and she get what she want.
Daddy. Points at mommy. Daddy. I'm like, alright, no, it's okay. It's okay. What you want?
Anyway, I call his mom because his mom wanted to know, whether it was a boy or girl.
Mom,
I
you about to be
called
embarrassed.
her, and she wanted a girl because she had 3 boys. She wanted a girl.
I was supposed to be the girl.
So
Nah.
I call her, and I say, as soon as I say it's a girl, she runs away from the phone. Like I'm listening to her. You can hear her footsteps.
You can hear her
as she's
jumping
running
up and
away,
down.
and I hear her yelling. I'm like, what the? Did she just walk away from the phone? She
Jumping
comes
up
back.
and down.
She's crying. I'm like, oh, like it made me feel like I should have been crying, but he could tell you.
It was
for some
hilarious.
reason, certain moments I don't cry. I don't know why. I don't.
She doesn't. She doesn't.
But-
She's a horrible person.
No, I'm not.
Terrible.
Anyway, I cried when she was born.
That's because they was sticking you with needles. I would have cried too. Alright, so let's skip ahead. We're about to tell my grandmother. Now, no one said anything to my grandmother. Literally, the whole family knew, except for my grandmother, because
She already knew.
she already knew. Somehow, some way, she knew. Like, I walked up to her, I said, Grandma, come here, I need to talk to you. Have a seat. What you want to tell me, boy? That's exactly how I went. What you want to tell me? Now, everybody knows except my grandma and my grandpa. What you want to tell me? So I'm like, Kim's pregnant. She said, boy, I already knew. I was like, how'd you know? She was like, us old people, we just know these type of things. I was like, okay, I don't know what the hell that means. Maybe when I'm old as dirt. Not saying you old, grandma, love you. But maybe when I'm old as dirt, I'll understand what that means. But right now, I don't. To this day, I don't know how she did.
Now, it was kind of a bittersweet feeling for me. Because, as y'all know, my mom had passed the year before. So, when that happened, it was like I was excited. But it's like, dang. my mom not gonna meet her granddaughter. You know, that was just something that I thought, like, oh, you know, this is gonna be a special moment. But I am glad that she does have grandparents. My dad's still here. I told my dad, he kind of had a bittersweet reaction as well.
But he loves her. To this day,
he does. He loves her, but he just thought I should have waited. Wasn't nothing towards me and Chris. That's another story for another time.
He just wanted us to live our lives before we.
Which I explained to him. I said if I would have waited till I was later, suppose I did get a good job, you know, have time to myself. If I had a baby, I wouldn't be able to go nowhere. Right? And he's like, well, I didn't think about it like that. Sometimes you don't have to argue with your parents. Sometimes there's other ways to get them to see your way. But fast forward from that to her birth. Now, let me tell y'all, I went to the hospital for everything. When I mean everything, every little thing that felt wrong, everything, I went to the emergency room.
Yeah.
I would be in there for 5 hours just for them to tell me, oh, she's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But that's okay.
If we didn't feel
I wanted to know.
If she wasn't moving, we went to the hospital.
Yeah.
I guess it's because, you know, your first child, that's how you supposed to react and stuff. But
I wanted to make sure everything was okay. Oh, you forgot to put one of your 10 facts.
What?
Y'all heart condition.
Oh, well. Yeah.
And that was another thing that I had. I wanted to make sure her heart was okay. Because I know that he is.
I have a pulmonary valve defect, which means one of the valves in my heart, it gets clogged up and blood doesn't pump through it. I have a BT shunt, I believe they said, in my chest. I know what you're thinking. How can he wrestle with a BT shunt in my chest? Ever since I started wrestling, honestly, I've gotten better. Like, I don't know if that makes sense to anybody, but ever since wrestling, it's like, I guess because I'm healthier and stuff like that, I've gotten better. I haven't had no heart issues. I haven't had no like I think in middle school, no, my 9th grade year, I had I guess you could say a heart attack, something like that. I was running back and forth, couldn't breathe, yada yada yada, ended up in the hospital. We did not want that for our daughter. Now recently we've been told that our daughter does have a murmur, but they say it's normal for kids to have stuff like that, but I will keep checking up on it. But yeah, that's a big reason why we kept taking Kim to the hospital. We didn't want to find out late that there was something wrong with our daughter.
Right, so now moving on from that, the day when I was supposed to have her, I went to the hospital at like I went to the hospital at like 11:30 a.m. I think I was in pain. No, I was getting an ultrasound done.
Yeah.
I was getting another ultrasound done.
No, it wasn't that. Crystal was supposed to come on the 10th. We went that month, January 10th, to see if she was coming out. She wasn't coming out, so they was like, hey, come back in 2 days.
Mind you, I haven't dilated at all.
Yeah.
Haven't dilated, my water hasn't broke, nothing.
Yeah, none of that. So, come back 2 days later, Kim's having, like, pretty much stomach pains and stuff. And we're like, you know.
She was pressing up against my heart, which was making it hard for me.
So, her heart kept dropping, which means Crystal's heart kept dropping. So, they was about to send us out of there. I was not having that. I sat there in that chair and I was going to wait for the doctor to come back to tell him she's having that baby today, whether you want to or not. So you gotta get this surgical stuff.
But see, here's the kicker though. All they told me was, we're sending you upstairs because your heart rate keeps dropping. So I'm like, okay. They didn't say, oh, we're about to make you try to push this baby out. They didn't say that. They just like, oh, we're sending you upstairs. I'm like, okay. Alright, well, they must just be putting me in the room. So I'm sitting in the room. They hook up the IV. You know, whatever. I think he's calling his parents to come up there. So this nurse comes in. She's talking to me. She said, yeah. So you ready to have this baby today? I said, huh? She said, yeah, you ready to have the baby today? I said, they didn't say anything about that. She said, yeah, we're about to make, we're about to induce your labor. I said, oh, well, they never told me that.
So at this time, we bring the doctor in. And the doctor's like, well, you're not dilated, but we're going to try to induce your labor. And he was like, well, you have two options. You can push her out, which Crystal, now, I'm not going to say Crystal was big.
No,
Crystal,
wait. I'll do this part. The issue was, during my pregnancy, my OB doctor wasn't explaining to me the effects of me gaining weight.
Which is my fault.
And it was also their fault because as a new mom, they should have been telling me these things. I gained 100 pounds. And they told Crystal weighed 8 pounds 8 ounces. And they were like, well, we're gonna try to, they said, put some type of pill and help you dilate so you can push her out, but there might be a birth defect. And I told them, which my other option was to get a C-section. Chris didn't want me to get a C-section because they told him that it could be harmful to me. And I sat down with him and I let him know that at the end of the day, whatever's best for my child, that's what I'm going to do. It's my body, that's what I'm going to choose to do. And I told them I wanted a C-section. They spent 2 hours trying to talk me into pushing her out.
They did. They certainly did.
Like, they had three, sorry, I put 2 fingers up. 3 different doctors.
3. Right.
3 different doctors came in to try to talk me out of getting a C-section. I don't know whether they get paid more. I don't know what that's about. But as a woman about to give birth to a child, you don't tell that mother, oh, well, we're going to try to force you to do this because that's what we think is best. But it might cause your child to have a birth defect.
And they're like, oh, well, let's just try it.
And I told them no. Chris will tell you, I argued them down to the T.
They were looking at me like,
because they thought, because he knew he wasn't going to change my mind. And he just looking like, well, when y'all going to figure out she ain't going to change her mind?
I was like, hey, it's her body. She's going to do what she want to do. If she want to do that, then so be it.
So once I signed the paper saying I wanted a C-section, they told me this is like 12:30, like, well, 9 hours from now. Because we got to wait, since you've already eaten today. We got to wait 9 hours from now, and we're going to get you ready. I'm sitting there.
We're sitting in the hospital all day.
9 hours I was waiting. And it was like, what, 9 o'clock?
When they finally decided to get you ready?
It was like 9:20. They came in there, pushed my bed out, rolled me into this room. Now this is the time they're trying to give me the epidural.
Oh, right. This is the fun part.
The guy that did my epidural, he missed the spot twice. Now the first time, I'm like, okay, boom, it kind of hurt, but I could deal with it. The second time, he poked me. I wouldn't even say it hurt. It was more like an awkward feeling, and my leg went numb. Nothing else went numb, but my leg kind of went numb, and then it came back. So I got scared. Immediately started crying. So then he does it a third time. Now Chris is on the outside because they wouldn't let him come in.
I'll tell my part. Go ahead. Just tell your part.
So one of, what is it? Your mom's cousin?
Yes, my mother. No.
Or friend, cousin, a family friend or something. By the way, God rest her soul. She came in and helped me with getting my epidural. She was a wonderful help.
She pushed this other lady out the way.
Because the lady wasn't helping me. She wasn't like encouraging or anything. She was just staring at me. And she was making me scared because she looked like she was scared. So she kind of moved out of the way. She's like, I got this. So she comes in. She's like, just breathe. I got you. Blah, 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 this other stuff. Finally get it done. My whole body's numb. I'm laying down.
Alright, that was my part.
Wait.
Because you're about to get to the birth.
Okay, good.
So I'm on the outside looking in. They done put this cloth thing on me, put this hat.
He out there looking like a homeless dog.
I'm out there looking crazy. Once again, here's the part. I'm not shaved. Like I got all this on my face. I got all this hair.
You look like a true dad.
Yeah, I look crazy. And then I got all this gear and stuff on. I'm looking crazy. Now I'm looking in the room and I see this man putting needles in her, and I see her start to cry. My first reaction, they told me not to go in there until somebody comes up and get it. My reaction was, I'm about to bust through these goddamn doors because what are they doing and why is it taking so long? Because it literally took them. The prepping was longer than the surgery to get the baby out, which pissed me off because I'm watching this man put a needle in her, and a man is making these faces like he don't know what the hell he doing. So I'm getting mad. So I'm about to bust through the door. He finally finishes. My cousin, she comes out there, she gets him, she brings me in. Kim's laying down. She's saying she can't feel nothing. I'm like, okay.
Can I finish now?
Go ahead.
Now, I don't know if anybody out there has had a C-section, but if you can relate to this, please comment. When I was laying on the table, they told me I shouldn't be able to feel anything from the stomach down. But my whole body was numb. I couldn't breathe, really. Like, I was breathing, but my breathing was very, very short breaths. And
which she didn't say nothing to me about, of course.
I couldn't breathe. I couldn't talk.
She could be like, nigga, something. Something, yeah.
But they're supposed to be, they're watching my heart rate and stuff, so I figured they could see if my oxygen is low.
I'm standing over her. I'm like, say something to me.
So, it was 9:45 when they cut me open. Crystal was born at 9:48.
Apparently, this was like the best C-section doctor in Maryland.
They told us that he was the best C-section doctor they had.
Put the guts on the table, boom.
3
out, boom.
minutes.
Put the guts back, boom. Like all of that. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
He stapled me up, everything.
He said, all right, I gotta give birth to another baby. I hear the baby in the arm. I'm like, God damn, this motherfucker, he quick. Like that baby was born at 9:50. That took him 2 minutes to go in there. Like, like this man was that good. So Crystal comes out.
And if the doctor that helped me that day, if you're ever watching this, thank you to you as well for getting it done so quick.
Don't let that Asian guy do no more needles. He is Asian. What would y'all like me to say? Asian American? Never let the Asian American guy do it again, okay? That's not racist. I'm just saying, don't let him do the C-section, not C-section, but the epidural unless he knows what he's doing. Because he did not know what he was doing.
Well, people told me that they can miss the spot a couple of times. It's kind of hard to do.
Okay, well, if it's hard to do, that's understandable. But this man, okay, let me put it like this. There was a plastic they could have put on her back. He tried to freehand it. This is what pissed me off when I found out. There was a plastic that he could have put on her back.
He freehanded it the first time.
Had a circle where all he had to do was put the needle in right where the circle was.
Your baby got candy. Go get her.
No, I'll get her in a second. It was a circle that all he had to do was put the needle in the circle.
Come here.
This gentleman did not want to put the plastic on her back. That's why I had my issue with it. Okay, we're back. Couldn't stop recording, but we're back.
Come here, baby.
Hi, doodle.
He freehanded it twice.
2 times.
And then the third time used the plastic that, guides you into doing it correctly.
Mm-hmm. My issue was, if you had that plastic in the beginning, it's like having a cheat sheet for a test. If you have that cheat sheet, why are you going to put it to the side and not use it? You feel me? Like, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm not a surgeon, so, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm not understanding. Maybe I'm just being a dad and being pissed off, and being a husband being pissed off.
He don't like to see me in pain at all.
I don't like to see her or her in pain. They in pain, then you need to be in pain. You feel me? So, maybe I'm overreacting. I'm going to feel how I want to feel. Nobody won't tell me anything different. Let's get to her being born. So they cut it out, boom, boom, cut out, boom. So she's out now.
Mind you, I didn't hear no crying, so I was concerned.
She was crying. She cried. She came out crying. And I looked at her. I said, Crystal, why are you crying? And she stops and she smiles. And literally my heart melts. Now, from the rest of this time, she doesn't cry. Like, she doesn't cry at all. She's just looking at me smiling. The doctor washes her off a little bit. I hold her for a second. Then they tell me, okay, we're taking your daughter upstairs. We have to take your daughter upstairs to wash her.
No, it was to give her her shot, her first shot.
Her first shot? No, and to wash her, they said. They said they had to wash her too. They had like baths and stuff up there.
Well, then they lied, because when they brought her back down, they took her back up there to wash her.
Well, then they took her back up there to wash her again. Okay, so I go with them to the room that she has to go to.
Go ahead.
I go up there and I leave her. She starts crying again. I can hear her crying again as soon as I leave. I go into the room with Kim. Kim is like extremely tired.
They had me on every strong drug they could possibly find, and I told them I wasn't going to sleep until my baby came in the room with me.
And she finally came back down in the room with us, and
Yeah, give me my toilet tissue.
Kim held it the entire time.
Leave it alone.
And that was her pregnancy right there. I mean, it had its rough times while she was pregnant. We argued like any couple, but we made it through. A funny thing that happened while we were in the hospital was I fell asleep. Now, at this time, I was a heavy sleeper. I'm not a heavy sleeper now, but at the time, I was a very, very heavy sleeper. Fell asleep on one of the most uncomfortable couches in the world. At Mercy Hospital, they have a chair that pretty much lifts up like that, and that's it. That's all the dad gets. Gets a chair like that. While mom gets this nice big bed to lay in.
Well, what did you think was supposed to happen? You didn't give birth to the baby.
I'm just saying, y'all could have had 2 beds, one side by side, something. But, you know, I'm in the little couch, so I'm balled up like this, in the most uncomfortable position I could possibly get in, and I fall asleep. Apparently Crystal started crying. Kim's rubbed up, so she's trying to wake me up. Crystal was crying. Did you have to feed her or something?
No, now mind you, I had an IV in and a catheter in, so I couldn't get out the bed.
She can't move. I'm out.
I was about to take everything off and get my child because he wasn't waking up.
I'm telling you, I'm out cold. Like,
and it was because the nurse had put too many blankets around her, so she started overheating.
This child has a body heat like you would not imagine. Like,
oh, and if y'all asking why she's naked, she has hand, foot, and mouth disease, so I'm kind of letting her cool off. She was running a bad fever, so
yes.
Don't be talking about we be having our baby run around here naked.
Yeah, she. I don't know how she got it. She got it.
Stop scratching.
Yeah, stop scratching. But if you don't know what it is, just look it up. But I'll give you a brief little summary of what it is. How you? She gets like bumps on her skin.
Normally around the hands, feet, and mouth.
And they're like blisters, pretty much. It goes away after a while, and pretty much, it's kind of like chicken pox. Once you get it, you're not supposed to get it again. So hopefully she never gets this again. But yeah, so back to the story. I'm knocked out sleep. I'm not waking up. Kim finally, I guess, did you call a nurse or something?
Yeah.
She calls the nurse, and apparently the nurse is tapping me, shaking me, trying to wake me up. Now, I don't know. I was tired because we just had a long day. I mean, we got up at like...
We was up early.
10, went to the hospital at 11, was there till 9, so I'm tired. I want to hurry up because the baby's about to die. I'm tired, so she got the nurse tried to wake me up, nurse couldn't wake me up. I finally do wake up, and the nurse cracked slick. I don't know what she said. She said something to crack slick at me, but yeah, I was out cool. Kim trying to get up and
she
get
said
up.
He's snoring and everything.
I was gone, man. That day I was so tired.
She was like, oh, that's what she said. You act like you gave birth to the baby.
Yeah, she was there. She was like, you act like you gave birth to the baby, cracked and slick. Yeah, I remember you, lady. But our battery's about to die, and we pretty much made a 10-minute thing into a 20-minute video.
This is our Sunday story time.
And we will see
And if you enjoy it, like, comment, subscribe. And we are out.
Peace.
Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.